It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on S3. Now, 2023, it was a year of some high highs and very low lows, especially when it came to the world of entertainment. Now, joining us this morning to discuss all the highlights and everything entertainment is media personality Carissa Cupido. She's joining us. Can we give her a warm New Year welcome? Good morning.
Thank you.
You look ready, girl.
Listen, I came for 2024 because it was not going to get me like 2020 did me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because it was hectic. No, but 2023 was a challenging year.
Yeah.
If you had to look back, the 5 heavy hitters, the things that rocked your world in 2023. Walk us through, because it felt like there were shockwaves last year.
And it didn't stop.
It didn't.
I saw a tweet that was like, the yours I've yored this year. Because honestly, 2023 was so wild for us. If we look into entertainment, for example, AKA's death, I think, shook the entire nation. And not too long after that, Costa Titch passed away, which both came as such a surprise to the South African hip-hop community, but I would say the South African music industry in general, right? They were both stars in their own right, and Costa was just 27, AKA we were expecting that album, but thankfully they gave it to us posthumously and Mass Country went gold. So that just shows how much beloved the both of them were.
Completely, yeah. Sorry, and I remember spending time with Casper shortly after that, and he was in a state. He was so scared and so nervous, and that's, you know, we thought about it from our perspective as the fans, as the listener, not that band of brothers that have been doing this, kind of carving that path. But a tree was felled. Massive trees were felled in 2023.
I was just going to say, their legacy will be living on through their music.
100%, and we thank them for that, because honestly, the music is just chef's kiss. It is so incredible. And of course, looking globally, Beyonce had a huge year, but might I say that Tyler had a bigger year than the Queen Bee?
You could say that, yeah.
As a South African, as a fellow colored girl, I've just been so incredibly proud of seeing her success rise to the top in a matter of a couple of years. You know, she'd been grinding for a little while, and then all of a sudden, Grammy nominations were coming in, covers were coming in, sitting next to Kim K at the Milan Fashion Week was coming in.
Name dropped.
Name dropped.
She was the one who was being dropped.
Can you believe? At just about 21 or 23 years old, she has been dominating the entire music scene and also made the Billboard Top 100 Top 10. And she surpassed Miriam Makeba. Can you imagine being in the same conversation?
No, completely. And what I've loved is how the conversation has continued on TikTok within the American context of what it is to be colored. Just that term has been amazing to hear. That conversation, to see young South Africans stand up and talk about their identity framed like that, absolute amazement. I love it.
She's been a game changer. Can't wait to see what the rest of 2024 holds for her.
It's going to be a big year.
Yeah, I feel it. You feel it too?
I'm feeling it.
All bets are off, man.
Can we talk about Barbie for a second as well?
Please. You're wearing
I know, I was going to say you're in black, Oppenheimer's being represented, but Barbie is all the way. Come on. It was the highest grossing film of 2023, raked in $1.14 billion US. And if you watched it, you would understand. It touched on existentialism and self-discovery and also just heroing a female, but not in a way that's heartbreak into, you know, stardom.
Yeah, not some traditional
trope. No. It was just a beautiful story that Margot carried so well.
I was more surprised that not more people dressed up as Barbie for Halloween.
Oh, yeah. I try to dress like Ken every day now. I really do that. I really do.
Expresso Ken.
I think they were so clever, even in the era that they pitched it. They could get away with a level of like toxic masculinity that was so real then. Just they were able to literally poke at every sacred cow by how they did that. So for something that seemed all kind of schluffy, you know, on the surface of it, it got quite deep. Like you said, even stretched into existentialism. It really took us there. So kudos to them, Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, out of the park.
Yeah, 100%. And congrats to Greta on also directing that, because she really put a hand on it, and we can tell, right? And then also bring it back to SA, the Booker win. Come on.
I'm not ready. It's too soon. I'm not ready again to start thinking about this.
It still feels unreal.
The nervousness, us sitting at the edge of our seat, 1 point away. Come on. I mean, the All Blacks could have taken that, but I feel like they knew we needed that win. As a country, we've been going through so much, and they just said, I got you guys.
Yeah, because they've been going through it with us. And this is what we forget about this team is they really do represent us. And I think where Rassie and his team and Jacques were amazing, they kind of put that on them. They didn't put winning the World Cup on them because that's not completely in their hands. They've got to go out there and beat the best. What they put on them was to represent themselves as they would as South Africans, and that they did with aplomb. I'm just so proud to see. I keep bursting into tears every time I see it in there. I was sitting there with Eamon, like, don't cry, dude, don't cry. But I just can't help it, man.
But I mean, it's not every day our national sports team gives us a public holiday.
Sure.
15 December, thank you.
Thank you very much. We
Don't
appreciate
get ahead of yourselves, guys. We're still early days, eh? Early days.
We're crossing fingers for many more. Cyril, I hope you're watching. But that was a huge moment for us, and I'm so proud of each and every one of the boys. I mean, if you look at one of the youngest players being Kanan, I mean, all the way through to the more seasoned players, they really showed up on that field. And personally, I took so much from that. So much encouragement, so much about the fabric of what South Africans are. Resilience, right? And we're champions and victors in and of our own right. We just needed a reminder. So.
We're the most winningest of all because you've got to do it every day. You've got to get up and go out and win.
I love that you said you're promising us 5 stories. So now you've touched on music, you've touched on movies, you've touched on sport.
Yes.
What is our 5th story?
Well, I can't really step away from entertainment. It's just my space. It's my spillion. I just want to shout out Black Coffee as well.
Oh, wow.
If I'm being honest. On a global scale, I mean, I know he's already been in the Grammy space winning that award, but selling out Madison Square Garden was such a huge deal for him. He was the first South African DJ and producer to do it. And honestly, in 2024, I'm hoping that many other South Africans across all spheres will kind of take encouragement from that and do the same.
Because they can see it.
Yes.
I've got DJ mates who I speak to now who are talking about their game on a different level because they know what is possible.
Representation, it matters.
100%. No, it's probably the most important thing for us this year. I think representation is probably going to be one of the most powerful tools we have.
And we don't have an excuse but to win now.
Yeah, completely.
We've got this.
One more story we need.
One more
I don't know how you can ramp up the stakes more than that. No, that is absolutely amazing. I think 2023, I'm liking it a lot more now. I'm dealing with the emotion of it. I think 2024, do you think it's going to be bigger? Is it going to be more? Is it going to be, how are you feeling about the year ahead?
It's going to be bigger and better. I feel like the conversations I've had with so many people, they are honestly going to take this year on and make it their year. The same way we felt at the end of 2019, stepping into what was supposed to be incredible. 4 years later, we've been given a second chance, and many people are saying, this is the year.
I think our species, quite frankly, has been given a second chance here with all these purpose-driven young South Africans that I'm privileged to meet every day. A couple of them sitting quite close to us right now, but I have a feeling that, yes, the world is going to change for the better in the most incredible way this year. Thank you for painting such a vivid picture. We love you, girl.
And a bright one indeed. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys so much.